hard for her to let people in her life. She's always got this feeling of that she's not worthy of the, other, everyone's going to let her down, so it's just easier for her to just depend on herself. And if she lets herself down, then she doesn't have to blame anybody. Just herself. That could just be a coping mechanism. She'd rather live a boring, dull, lonely life than move one of excitement and potentially great loss. Mm-hmm. It's the fear of the unknown that's holding her back. She just needs to just experience more of the positive qualities of a relationship, but she can't do that unless she opens herself up. She needs to work on her relationship with herself. She needs to still sit alone with herself and be okay with it. And the key is not to feel lonely while she does it. Right now, she's reaching the stars right now to find what she's looking for when she just needs to go within. Reaching to the stars is too far. She needs to not reach so far, taking a toll on her because she's reaching farther and farther and farther when now she has a really long journey back to herself. She knows what to do. She knows. She's just scared. Mm-hmm. She's just scared. She just needs to chill out. She's perfectly capable of changing things overnight. And it's not everything she does, she thinks is like a process. Like everything, like she tries to just create processes for everything in her life. And then she realizes that it's too much work and it takes too much effort. And then she just doesn't do it at all. And that's with the meditation. She's so funny. She thinks that she needs to dress a certain way and she needs to behave a certain way and she needs to have the decorative corner in her room to like achieve what she wants, and she could do it like at her desk at work for like 5 minutes. She just feels like everything she does needs to be like a process, and she's developed way too many constructs to everything in her life, and that's why she's so tired. By society standards, she did everything to a T. She knew how to play the game that everyone is playing. But what she doesn't realize is that's not what she came here for. She came here to work on herself. And if she could just find a way to just stop reaching for the stars and just put her arms back to her side. She just needs to put her arms to her side. She picked her parents because they're jerks. They're gonna make her face herself because they are way too self-absorbed to really show her that the only love she's going to find is going to be within. And that was what she wanted. She wanted people to kind of treat her in a way that she would have to seek out like inner peace and love within herself. And it seems really harsh in this lifetime. Why would someone want to choose parents that are abusive and not loving? But we turn to our parents for love. They're the very first person we go to as a baby. And when they don't give it, then you have to find it. And that's really all there is to that lesson. But it's not cruel when you're planning it. It seems cruel now. Why would you want to choose parents that don't love you? But they do love you, but they don't show it in a way that it fills you. So you have to do that for yourself. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people. She needs to live a simpler life. It's just like in the barn. She doesn't need much. She's got too many conveniences, too much to choose from. It's literally making her go in a million directions. She just needs to scale back on the necessities of her life. Here, let me simplify it. All she needs is her book and a pile of hay and her horse, and that's it. She doesn't need her cell phone. She doesn't need her computer. She just needs whatever simplest joy that can offer. She truly enjoys reading. She loves reading stories, and she loves the simplicity that life has to offer. And right now, it's just there's too much chaos. There's too much going on, and there is a lot of turmoil between what her heart wants and what the reality of her life is. And she has to give up. She just has to make a list of things that make her happy and bring her the most joy, and just circle the top 3. Just let everything else go, or just don't. She doesn't need it. Right now, her list has 20 things. She misses just the carefreeness of just movement. Oh, movement, like dancing. Dancing makes her vibrate at a higher frequency, and it literally charges her up so that she's not in a sad, lonely place when she's dancing. There's excitement, she's happy, and she's high. She's vibrating. It's a higher frequency, and she needs to just make that her constant. And she hasn't danced in a really long time, and so she has a lot of low vibration settled, which is okay. It's not bad. She needs to move it up. She just needs to move it up. And then what will happen is it'll open up a new outlook for her, and she'll work with that energy. Because right now she's just very low energy. Just smile more. She's a smile. Part of the reason is her energy. Her energy is too low. It's not matching everyone else's frequency, and it's what's happening is it's creating havoc in her energy system, and it's making her feel good 1 minute and then bad 1 minute, because it's like her body's trying to meet the level of the people around her, and it's either too high or it's too low, or it's like trying to pull a short string and make it longer. And you just need a longer string. You gotta make the string longer first, though. You don't pull the short string, you'll break it. When you create an intention, you are creating an opening. When you do that, then it will invite exactly what you need. Her opening is very, very small, and it could be a lot larger, and it could get very, very large. And we don't want her to open it too big, but if she could just open it a little bit more so she can get a taste of what it feels like, then she'll find what's right. But she needs to intend that. Anyone can make a transformation in their energetic body by just intending that they are an energetic body. When you intend it, then you match that level or frequency of knowing, and it will travel right through you. And don't think of it like the top of your head opening, like a spaceship or something, and you're like a beam of light is coming in. It's not. You already are that. Or you're just more connected to that, and you bring more of that to yourself. Because she needs to learn not to reach for the stars. She needs to keep her arms at her side, and she needs to go within. I know that sounds really cliche, but she needs to go within. And once she goes within, then she'll remember what she is. And once she remembers what she is, then she'll just invite it into her with the intention. She just needs to stop thinking so much about processes.
Right.
And I think she'll be fine. She
Right.
needs to let go of the concept of processes because that's so linear, and that's okay. You know, you have to get from point A to get to point B, but sometimes it doesn't open up to let enough in. So it's not good right now for her to come up with all these processes. It doesn't serve her right now. She needs to be more proud of who she is. She needs to focus on her own path right now, and eventually she will help others, but she needs to focus on herself first, and she needs to feel okay and not feel guilty doing that, because she's grown up her whole life being taught that she needs to help others and not focus on herself, and we need her to change that mindset starting this very, 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 very second. It's not, don't do it tomorrow, don't do it when it's convenient for her. She needs to start